All right, yeah, no, we're
Welcome back to Just As Guys.
What he said, this is episode 42, and that's how we're starting it. I love it.
You know, a little Jackie week? We on a little Jackie style?
It is a little Jackie week, and we're even going to talk about baseball, which doesn't happen.
Jackie
Pause.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Evan, I don't know who you hit with a pause earlier this week in the Xbox party, but it was the funniest thing ever. I don't even remember what that was, but holy shit, it was hilarious. I don't remember if it was to Devin or Mark.
It might have been.
Pause.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, no, this is episode 42. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a little UFC, little NBA, little NFL, and yeah, the World Series is here.
Mixture of everything, really.
Yeah, no, we're gonna sprinkle.
It's that time of the year.
It's October,
it's the time of the
dude.
year.
October's the best.
Evan.
Yes?
Is that a little Mickey D's cup you got there, my guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Knights just scored shorthanded tie, so that's great.
I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Anyway, yeah, there's our hockey
Riders,
talk.
though. Riders,
Yeah.
you got to ride. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
No, straight up. How was everyone's week, though? How's everything been for everybody?
It was a great week for Cade and I. We became uncles this week.
You guys did.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah, big shout out.
I mean, us, the Denver crowd that probably majority, if anyone that does listen to us, is from the Denver area. Our nephew, his name is Vaughn, like Von Miller.
Yeah,
So
it's a great name.
Yeah.
It was a great name.
Vaughn Douglas Van Wy. I'm telling you right now, if you walk up to someone and you said, "Hey, what's your name?" and you say Vaughn Douglas Van Wy, and shook your hand, I'm like, "You."
You guys got to call him VW though.
Oh, he's double V for me.
Double V. All right, VW
Double V.
also works.
Yeah.
For Van
Why
Wy.
would he be VW?
Van Wy?
Van Wy.
Oh, I was going to say,
VW.
like, Van Y. It was like VV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah, no,
VW,
but
Van Wy, dude.
he was
Tuvey.
he decided to come a little bit early. Keena had a emergency C-section on Thursday. He wasn't due until the 30th. So, but yeah, he's super healthy. He's a big boy.
Keena,
Big
is
boy.
Keena okay?
Yeah, she's all good. They're home. They're home now.
I was going to say,
I
it's a
think we're gonna go see
contradiction
him.
because for people that don't know your sister, she is not the biggest human.
Oh God, no. Yeah, she's
Oh,
tiny.
She
No, she's
literally
tiny.
was
100 pounds, yeah.
6 pounds before her pregnancy. And the most she weighed was like 127.
Yeah,
That's absurd.
Yeah,
crazy.
the 127 was the heaviest she got.
7 pounds, 14 ounces, and 20 inches long. 21 inches long. So he's 7, 7, and 7 on that bitch.
Lucky. He's a lucky guy.
Oh, 100%.
Jackpot.
Great. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We're excited. We're gonna see him this later this week into the weekend. So
Nice.
I'm super excited to see him. But yeah, it was a
I mean,
little bit of a
it's a
surprise
pretty
this
big
week.
life thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I forgot
definitely.
about it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. Right when you said like, "How'd you guys weeks go?" I did not remember my sister had a child.
well, it was
I
it was
completely
such like
forgot about
it was like such a big thing. Like on Thursday night, we get a text was like at 2 a.m. saying, "Hey, Keena's going. She's going to emergency surgery." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't sleep that whole night because I was worried about her." So
I was dead asleep.
Yeah, Cade's passed out. Mom's like, "Should I call Cade?" I'm like, "He's not going to wake up."
Nope,
And
no shot.
so, but yeah, no, it's cool. Good week. Won some money too this weekend, and last night won about $125.
I'm really
I
love
banking on
it.
some big things tonight, but
No.
Hey, won money.
They're
over
not
the
looking
weekend.
so great right now, unfortunately.
two of them are definitely not.
Yeah.
I won money over the weekend. Lost money yesterday.
That football game yesterday was rough.
Easiest bet of the week though was the Colts money line
Mhm.
straight up.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Before we get into sports, though, boys, Cal, what is it? What do we got this week?
God, the Sixers suck.
All right, so this question is a would you rather question, and it's about what we all love, food. I mean, it's food.
Word.
I mean, let's be honest. But would you rather eat the same thing every single day, but it's perfectly made for you? Like everything is perfect. Same thing every single day for the rest of your life, and it's made perfectly. Or eat anything that you want, but one thing is missing from it every time.
So, like on a cheeseburger, like pickles or cheese are missing.
Yeah. Or the meat. It could be just buns and cheese.
Then it's just a cheese sandwich. I've had those.
Cheese
before.
sandwich. Yeah. All right. So like eat same thing every single day. So like, and I'm gonna put this out to you. It's not like the same meal every single meal. So like, say if you have pancakes in the morning, you have a sandwich in the afternoon, and you have like a steak for dinner. That's every single day, and it's made perfectly for the rest of your life. Or have so a chef's making this for you. So everything is made for you, or have something different every single day. Anything that you want, anything under the sun, but one thing is missing from that meal every single time.
I'm choosing the three meals perfectly made every day.
See, I thought I was going to be
literally
alone here, but yeah, I'm going with that too, just because
I am too.
it's like Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg, or sorry, not Bezos, but
Yes,
rich people, they wear the same clothes all the time.
Yeah.
It takes Elon wears whatever he wants and shares memes all the time.
Yeah.
No, but like it takes one less thing that you have to think about every day. Like you know what you're having. It's already planned out, and to your point, it's made perfectly. So will it eventually lose taste and you just be bland? Sure. But
if it's three different meals every day,
no,
like,
it
it's
does
not
mix
that-
it up enough.
And you can,
Right.
but the hardest thing
meal,
is
now if it was like one thing, like you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, I'm not choosing that because
but 3 meals.
Your favorite thing would be
the hardest part about it. I think is making the decision of what the 3 meals are going to be.
Oh, easy. That's easy for me. I can do that right now. I can
probably make it up right now too for myself.
Okay, for breakfast, I would like either scrambled eggs or over easy. I would decide which one with like a couple pieces of toast and a cup of tea. For lunch, I want a 6-inch sub, like a club sub with lettuce, tomato, mayo, and vinaigrette. And then for dinner, a Chipotle burrito. Like literally, I could eat that every day. Like that right there hits everything I love. All like I don't even care for like a steak or something like that. That'd be like too much. That'd be too much.
I'm not even thinking about breakfast because I don't eat it anyways. I'll take a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch with milk, and then I will do the
I
Chipotle.
love cereal.
I got to switch it up from
cereal.
Kate because we have the same meal. I would love a perfectly made. You guys know
Yeah, perfectly
why
made
I'm saying
Chipotle
this.
burrito.
Perfectly made Chipotle burrito for lunch,
Yeah.
and then buffalo chicken wings for dinner. I'd eat that every day. I pretty much do eat that every day.
Let's see. All right,
You might not get it from
probably
the
rattle
same place.
something like this
You eat
off.
buffalo chicken wings almost every day.
All right, so
Say-
my breakfast is gonna be Honey Nut Cheerios because I love milk, and I also
I love milk too. That'd be the only hard part about me. What I said is giving up milk. I love milk.
Yeah, no, I need milk in there, so I'll do that with a cup of coffee, and then a banana and an apple in the morning.
Okay, imagine like before you say yours. Imagine if you could only drink the same thing every day. Like you could never drink anything different.
Yeah,
I
see,
mean,
that's
I think
not
that
part of
would
it.
be
You can drink,
Dude, I know people that only drink water every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I literally every single day for the most part. I drink only water, and then I'll sprinkle in beer.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% drink probably
And
like
a
this is
scotch
like
or
a
two.
See,
this is
I
one of
don't.
those, like-
I don't.
one of those
I drink
20
Yeah,
so
I
much
drink a
shit.
lot of.
like this is one of those 20-ounce cups of water. I drink about 8 of those a day while I'm working. But like if I could not have a cup of tea or like a beer, like you could only have water. Like that'd be
No, that would
incredibly
be
hard.
significantly worse. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm not even kidding
Worse.
because, dude, I'm not like half of my fridge at any given time is made up of damn near just drinks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like whether it's beer,
same. You should see our fridge right now.
Pepsi.
Our fridge literally has like all condiments and then beer because
I was gonna say,
we're moving,
like,
growing
yeah.
places and shit. And
Well, there's like I enjoy wine, whiskey, bourbon. Like I drink a plethora. Like I have 3 jugs of cran raspberry juice in my fridge.
love
I
cran
get vitamin water all the time. Like I drink a ton of things.
Love cran ras.
No,
Love
it
it.
slaps. But yeah, going back to my 3 foods, I think I'd probably so most of the time for my lunch, I usually fall in the wheelhouse of a really good sub or a burrito as well. And I'm
It's so
gonna
hard
try
for
and
me.
really have these things like on completely opposite ends of the spectrum. So I do
Yeah,
get
like
some
at different
variety in
palates.
there.
Yeah, you're like a different palate each. Yeah.
So let's see. I would probably
Chicken only, baby.
See, I don't know if I could go my entire life without
eat
having like
Chipotle.
another not having like another cheeseburger. Like if I don't have a cheeseburger sprinkled in there throughout the day,
You got me there.
like
All right,
I
yeah,
gotta
no,
have
I'm
a
doing-
burger,
That's
bro.
so true, dude.
Nah, I'm
Those
doing a
those
cheesesteak.
cheeseburgers are really
A
fucking hard to
loaded
compete with.
cheesesteak for lunch.
Yeah, yeah.
I love cheesesteaks. And then I'm gonna do for dinner probably a nice pierogi with a Polish kielbasa and
Dude,
something
that's
on the
such a
side.
good choice.
It's gonna be really hard for me to give up a chili cheese glizzy.
Chili cheese glizzy is
you still got breakfast. You have a breakfast.
Well, I said cereal, but I have eaten chili cheese dogs.
Oh, I've been there.
Over
chili.
Oh my god, I've consumed thousands of glizzies for breakfast.
Yeah.
Thousands.
No, I
Thousands.
think nice bowl of cereal just to keep it.
And
nice
that's
and
probably
light.
a pretty accurate number. I bet you've been in the upwards of a 500 glizzies before noon. And you're
yeah,
easy.
every day
There's
before
nothing
St.
wrong
Clair.
with it, honestly.
500 glizzies. Cal, what's your
Easy. So I probably what I'm gonna do is for breakfast. I was thinking like Belgian waffles, but I'm not because I just feel like
That's a heavy breakfast, though.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of my rest. The original meal in my head. I just know I'm already a fat guy, but I feel like I just balloon if the meal that I said if I had every single day.
Well, dude, pierogies are a dangerous one because that is a ton of pasta every day.
I'm not going to do a Chipotle thing. I'm going to do my breakfast. I'm going to do a breakfast burrito. So I get that burrito,
Dude, also they slap. Dude, breakfast pizza, which people out here don't know about, apparently.
Yeah. They say it's a Pennsylvania thing.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Is there egg on the pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not.
It's not red sauce.
Yeah.
It's not red sauce.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to do a breakfast burrito with I'd say honestly like pepper jack cheese, egg, and sausage, bacon, steak, every ham, all the meats in it, like literally just everything in it. And then I'd probably do like a good well-made, if it's made perfectly, deli club hoagie,
deli sandwich is
sub,
dude.
yeah. And then I'd probably do just fantastic bacon cheeseburger with a side of fries for dinner.
I would definitely miss burgers, but I love.
You find it, kid.
I love. Burgers.
Yeah, I got it, dude.
What are you looking for?
I put it in the worst position in the world.
What were you looking for?
Look what I found.
What was he looking for? Oh
God.
Vintage. This fucker's the day that Jordan was born. Oh.
Yep. But that's what I do.
You have a garbage can, but I beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's
garbage can's been through it, especially in college.
It's been through it, bro. That garbage can did not make the move. What do you got, Tom?
It'd be so hard not to have a buffalo chicken wrap.
Does slap, but that's why I'm putting Philly cheeseburger or Philly cheese.
Cal, have you ever had the buffalo chicken wrap from Cade, you want Tropical Cafe?
Cade, you want vintage?
Never heard of that place once before my life.
Oh my god.
LBR clan. That was our fucking clan. That was our Call of Duty clan. Oh my god.
Oh
dude.
man.
I remember when I ordered and bought those. My mom goes, "What the fuck are these?" And I was like, "Mom,
we all had them. We all had them.
I'm gonna get money from everybody."
Is that LeBron?
Yeah, that was our clan.
That was our clan.
Cade had a LeBron clan tag.
Yes, Evan. I had a LeBron James jersey.
Evan, when
he was my favorite player.
Yeah, when he was in Cleveland the first time, it was Cade's favorite player. He would stand on the fucking mountain like he does for Jordan for LeBron until he switched until he went to Miami. Then he was dead to him.
Died.
Yeah. No, it was all of ours. We all had
T-shirts.
That
was our
poster
clan.
of him dunking the moon.
Yeah.
Yes, that was in my room.
From the book fair.
Yeah, literally, Evan. I was a big LeBron fan before I was a big LeBron hater. It was one of those things where it was like Darth Vader to me. You know what I mean? He was so good. He was supposed to be the saving grace of the NBA, which he really was, but he did it the wrong way, so that he became Darth Vader to me. That's swear to God.
Yep. But yeah, that was my question. That was a long one, boys.
That was a long one, but it's actually really.
It was interesting. It was good. That's what I'm saying.
To be completely
I saw it on TikToks, and I was like, "Ooh,
you want to know why? You want to know why Chipotle is my choice, though? I love onions and peppers. I love rice.
That's why I said the burrito is great because
that's the thing. It's not going to be Chipotle. It's going to be handcrafted by a personal chef.
Yeah, but when it's saying perfectly made, it's going to
the ingredients is there.
It's going to be
it's going to be really good.
But if it's a steak burrito, I mean, it's going to be handcrafted, pan-seared steak that is made over a grill.
It'll even be better. It'll be
diced up with some fresh made rice. It's going to hit with some nice
made
little
with
lime
love.
squeeze.
That's what I'm
there.
saying. And you're going to give me a little onions and peppers. A little.
Well, that's the best part.
Sauteed onions on a cheesesteak.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's the best. That's the best part about burritos. Is that you can whatever you want in it, you can cover all the food groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ty, question real quick. Yep. Just because you brought the cheesesteak, are you a nacho cheese or a mozzarella or a pepper jack cheese person?
Actually, Monterey cheddar.
Monterey cheddar is good.
That's a spicier cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Definitely not like
that's
that.
it's that or pepper jack. I like the spicy
Yeah.
cheese because then
I like
I don't
mozzarella
like
on
when
it
people
too.
do nacho
I
cheese.
love
I
mozzarella.
don't get the
on it.
nacho cheese. I know it's
I
a
don't
Philly
like the
thing, but
nacho
I don't.
cheese.
Yeah.
That's the original Philly cheesesteak.
I know it is.
I'd-
I'm definitely more of a mozzarella, pepper jack, like even Swiss. Like even Swiss I'm in on before.
I love mozzarella. On
I'd
it.
love to try a cheesesteak with beer cheese in it.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's nacho cheese with like mixed with like other
But
stuff.
that's just
Spices.
it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going Philly cheesesteak just because like it hits a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm still really fat at my core.
But yeah.
I like food.
Yeah, no, same here. All right, yeah, let's hop into it. It started tonight. It's currently going on. I believe the Braves are up 2-0 on the Astros. But yeah, Cal, you want to take it away on the World Series? Because I mean, you're probably the biggest baseball follower here out of the four of us.
Yeah, I mean, Kate and I were just talking about it today. It's awesome to see. Astros have been involved in the.
No, the Astros.
No, what I'm saying. No, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is the Astros have been involved in the late game into the postseason for the last like 5 years, so they've been around. But the Braves, they've actually, they've had a good team for the last couple of years, but to actually get there, and the first time since 1999 is pretty awesome to see a different team in there. That's the one thing I will say about baseball more than I would say more the majority of the sports that we see is that hockey's this way too because it's so hard to get there.
It's very year to year.
Yeah, it's
parity.
very
There's a lot of
baseball and hockey are probably the two that like there's such a different mixture in World Series year in and year out. You don't see I mean, look at Red Sox being one of the most famous organizations in all of sports, the Cubs being one of the most famous organizations in all sports, and look how long it took for them, the drought they got to even make it to the World Series and the curses and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, look at the Yankees. They haven't made it in a decade now. Officially,
exactly.
It hasn't been a decade.
It's been a decade since a New York team has won
A major
any
world
type of
championship, yes.
Yeah.
And that is the first decade in the history of
New York sports.
Yeah, like that's the first time.
Yeah, but I mean, I got a feeling that majority of everywhere in the country, except for the little small area down by Houston, is rooting for the Atlanta Braves this week. I'm guessing because
it's definitely
the Astros are.
Everyone I've talked to is full on Braves.
Yeah.
Yep. And but I've always had a little soft spot with the Braves because I was a huge Chipper Jones fan back in the day. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see how this turns out. I mean, right now, like you said, Atlanta's up, 2-0 in the bottom of the first.
The crazy thing about just talking about the Braves that like obviously
bases are loaded right now though for that Houston. So
obviously not a lot of us follow, but like Ronald Acuna Jr., who's like a top 5 player in baseball, like position baseball, not like pitching. Take that out of consideration. He didn't even play this season. I mean, he had a torn ACL. He's been out all year. So they haven't even had their best player, and they made the World Series.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the cool thing about baseball. Like, I know we said hockey has a lot of parity to it, but hockey really does, but it doesn't because, like, if you look over the last, 15, 20 years, like, I'm not saying, the same teams dominate, but when you have a really good team.
They go on runs.
They go on
runs.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
So you can go back through and look. I mean, there are a couple different runs just in the last decade between the Kings, the Bruins, the Pens, and now the Lightning.
Yeah.
Blackhawks are in there too.
Yeah.
Like there are runs, but they always seem to be playing someone different. I mean, look at last year, 2 years ago when the Stars made it, and then last year, the 24th,
St. Louis was a couple years ago.
St. Louis was in there. The 24th team last year, the 24th best team in the league. They shouldn't even have been in the playoffs. Got there in Montreal.
Yep.
Montreal had no right in getting there, but they still got there by some miracle because of the
that doesn't happen in other sports. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, they
like you can't tell me right now that going into the season, the 24th ranked NBA team will be in the NBA Finals.
No, even with the playing games and shit, that's not going to happen.
No.
You can't even tell me
the closest one that was crazy was Miami getting it during the Disney
5 seed. Yeah, that's crazy. The 5 seed,
like Vegas and Washington. Neither one has been back to the Stanley Cup since their matchup, and Vegas was in their first year, and that was the first time Ovi ever broke through.
Yep.
Yeah, he won't break through again.
So I mean,
he won't win again.
And also too with both the sports, dude, their seasons are so long. So many games played in both. Dude, like baseball is just absolutely ridiculous.
Baseball or hockey, basketball are both 82.
Yeah, but like,
can we talk about baseball just for half a second? Like when you're talking about that.
God. Yeah.
The only thing that I think bars because obviously baseball. I don't know if you guys knew this, but baseball is the second most watched sport in the United States. But the reason why they're the second most watched sport is because there's 162 games. So the viewership spread is just so big, right?
Yeah, no, if it had the viewership of the NFL, hell, even the NBA, like
Yeah.
it's the top bar none.
Yeah. Like the problem that baseball runs into compared to the other sports is like, which I think the playoffs in baseball is like for when you're talking series, like sports with series, not the NFL or college or anything like that. We're talking series. They do it the best. They do one wild card game, right? So like I know like
The one
NBA
and
is
done
doing
of
like
the Red Sox Yankees this
play-in
year was
game.
wild.
Yeah.
Right. Like they do the wild card game and then they do a 5-game series, a 5-game series, and then a 7-game and then 7. I think that's the best way to do it because first off, the 5-game series is even harder to win, right? It's harder to win 3 out of 5 than 4 out of 7 for sure. And also
less chances.
Right. And also it creates so much like tension, like holy like it's game 3 and it's 1-1. Like this can literally be it. Like where I don't think other sports have that besides football that's only 60 minutes and then that's the game, right? So
well, barring Penn
I
State.
love that. I wish the NBA would do that. I think it'd be awesome if we watched a 5-game series of the first like the 1 and 8 seed and like say because you know the better team always wins over the long run. The short win, like you know, who was it last year that? Well, I mean, I guess you could say like, who was it that? Oh, the Bucks. The Bucks were down 2-0
Yeah.
to the who was it? Who was it? It was before the Nets.
The Hawks.
The Hawks.
The Hawks?
No, the
Yeah,
Hawks.
no,
The conference finals. It wasn't the Hawks.
Yeah. Wasn't it?
It was someone.
Wasn't the Knicks? They lost in the
Raptors?
playoffs.
No, it doesn't matter. They were down
Sixers?
2-0. Who is it?
Was it the
I
Sixers?
don't think it's, no. Sixers played the Sixers played the Hawks and they lost to the Hawks.
Okay.
No, it wasn't the Sixers. Was
I
it
don't know.
Boston?
Might have been Boston.
Boston's
What
like
about
the only
Boston?
other one that's really coming to mind. It wasn't the Heat, was it?
No, the Heat. They got swept. They swept the Heat.
They swept
the Heat
Okay,
last year.
Either way, they were down 2-0, right? They were down 2-0, and they came back and won the series. How f***ing nuts would that game? Those games.
Well, every
have been?
game's an elimination game from there on
Right,
out.
and game 3 is an elimination game. Like I just think that's such a great thing about baseball, and it's the only time I watch it because it's so intense, and it's like the only time baseball is intense.
No, I mean I only care about playoff baseball. That's like I'll go to Rockies games and stuff throughout the season, but it's not.
Well, that's because
That's casual.
baseball is arguably like one of the best sports to go to.
No,
to watch
it's
live.
great, and
For
on
sure.
top of it, it's like $7 a seat.
Yeah.
Right. It's not an expensive. Even like a playoff game, like if you go to a playoff game, like you're not gonna spend more than $100 a ticket.
Oh, the tickets to the Pirates playoff game, the wild card game that we
Different.
tried to go to, that was
Yeah.
they were like
Different.
$300 for like standing room
Again,
only.
that's
Yeah,
because they
that's a
hadn't been there in
completely
how
different
long
story.
ago.
We went.
Yeah.
We went the night before. We went the night before to the last game of the season against the Cardinals. The night before the wild card game, and it was $1 a seat. The next day was $350 fucking dollars. Like, and we.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're gonna find your one-off
we did it for $1. Like it's crazy. But
All right, so
yeah,
quick.
no, it's
all right,
great.
who do we got winning? I think we're all riding the Braves, but who do
Braves.
you actually think's gonna win?
The Braves.
I think the Braves. I think.
I'm too stubborn to even think about the Astros. I don't even care. Even if I in my back of my mind, if I thought they could win, I'm still not going to say they're going to win.
I think the Houston has a better roster, but I like the Braves way too much more. It's so hard for me to even think about rooting for the Astros.
Yeah, see,
Even though I was a big Astros guy when Roy Oswalt pitched for them. He was my favorite pitcher. Oh, dude, I loved him. He was literally my favorite pitcher. I loved the Astros for the longest time, and yeah, no.
I think
Well, they weren't cheap. They weren't
Stadium's
cheap back
awesome.
then.
Their stadium's
No.
awesome.
Thing.
well, we don't know.
True. Yeah.
They all cheat, but
Different
they got
manager
caught.
for
No,
sure.
they
I
all do
think.
cheat in different
They
ways.
all
but
cheat, they just got
I
caught.
think, unfortunately, I do think the Astros win. I am rooting so hard for the Braves. I just think the Astros win. Like Cal, you just mentioned it. I think their roster's just better, and eventually, Cinderella stories do come to an end, barring certain circumstances.
Yep.
But I think the Astros do have a better team. So we'll see. If the Braves win Game 1, though, I mean, hey, I'm all here for it.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
You got it. All right. Well, I forgot to ask this earlier, but let's hop into the Mile High question, then talk some NFL quick. So the Mile High question this week from the guys at the Afternoon Drive, shout out to Eric and Mace, is who do you think the Broncos' next head coach is? Because the Broncos at this point are spiraling. I think that Fangio has lost the team. The defense has been abysmal since week 4. And the offense is clearly in disarray, whether that's Pat Shurmur's fault or a mixture of both Shurmur and Fangio. They're running out a broken Teddy Bridgewater, and they have Drew Lock sitting right there when all offseason it was a 50-50 toss-up, where, I'm sorry, but 100% Drew Lock is going to be better than a 60 to 70% Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, Bridgewater in his Thursday walkthrough practice couldn't walk. He was limping the entire time, and they still put him out there against the Browns. Or, I'm sorry, the Tuesday walkthrough. So, yeah, we need to discuss this because the Broncos are definitely going to have a head coaching vacancy this coming season, which we will dive into in the offseason, but never too early to not look ahead. And for me, I have 2 people. I have 2 that come to immediate mind for me, and the top one is Nathaniel Hackett. You couldn't get Aaron Rodgers, go get his OC. That's how I'm looking at this. And I think we were talking about it in our Xbox parties, just offline or off air on this. But I really do believe the Broncos, instead of leaning into a defensive-minded head coach, need to go offensively-minded because their defense is good. Get a good DC that can just focus so heavily on the defense and let him prosper with that defense. You clearly are lacking the offensive firepower, and you have since Peyton left in 2015. Get an offensive-minded head coach with a like-minded OC in there, not Pat Shurmur, who's dog shit and is dog shit, was with the Giants, is currently.
He's been bad.
No, and that's just it. He is bad. Get
It's like
rid of
Jason
him.
Garrett.
Get 2 young dudes in there that are like-minded and just get a real good philosophy in there. Whether you draft a new quarterback, whether you ride with Teddy, whether you sign Russ or Aaron, whoever, you got to get somebody in there. And for me, it's Nathaniel Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett's been with the Packers the past 3 years that he's been with Matt LaFleur. Both great offensive minds. Aaron loves him. The entire offense loves him. Last year, the red zone wasn't called the red zone. It was the gold zone for green and gold of the Packers. And he loves gold and gold member, like the movie. The dude just seems like a really chill dude that gets his players. So Nathaniel Hackett, to me, you couldn't get Aaron this past season. Go get him. Go get his brains right now. That's one for me. Number 2 is I don't like this one, but if you want to lean more into the defense again, which you have a history of doing at this point, go get Todd Bowles. He's already has coaching experience. Look at what the Buccaneers defense has been the last 2 years. On paper, I think that they are comparable in personnel. I think the Buccaneers still have a very phenomenal defense, but I think the Broncos have just as good of a defense on paper. Just whatever it is, it's not working. So if you want the defensive-minded head coach and to double down on defense again, Todd Bowles is right there sitting, and again, he has the experience.
So I agree with the whole offense thing. I think it's not that I don't think defensive head coaches are like great, but I also feel like there's a lot of defensive head coaches that kind of not like their team struggles because they're defensive minded. Like I'm going to say the Steelers, right? Like the Steelers have not really found an offensive coordinator they really like since freaking what's his face in
Todd Haley. Todd Haley.
So they hated Todd Haley.
In the beginning,
Todd Haley.
Yeah, but Todd Haley
it
was
really
solid.
good, and then
Okay, the end it was really bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So we'll say the beginning Todd Haley was good, but like Bruce Arians was like the last offensive coordinator the Steelers were like oozing over,
Well,
right?
He
Like,
ran the offense. That was a
Right.
him thing.
Yeah.
Right. So
And they also had Bruce Arians when Tomlin was just starting out, really,
Right.
as a
So
head
that,
coach.
like,
So
that's
he
why
took
I
care
like
of the defense, and
That's why I like the offensive head coach. Like, you can't tell me that the coaches of like Sean McVay, Cliff Kingsbury, like those younger offensive minded, like they're more set up to be a better, like in the league, you got to score points. You can have an average defense and win a lot of games. Like you can have an average defense and win a lot of games, right?
You think about it with Tomlin came into with having both the LeBeau and Arians as his coordinators.
Oh, it was great.
Could have, yeah, for a rookie
Kate,
coach.
also to your point, really quick, the Broncos have continually tried and tried to bring in defensive-minded coaches to double down on their strength of defense. The last time the Broncos had success outside of Peyton Manning being their quarterback, do you know who their head coach was?
Was it Shanahan?
Yes, Mike Shanahan, who was an offensive guru.
Right.
And there's a reason his son is valued, like, looked at that and in that same light, even though we're going to talk about Kyle Shanahan here in a little bit.
Yeah, he's not, I think, chopping block.
But my point is, you had Mike Shanahan, who was this offensive juggernaut for the longest time, won games with Jake Plummer, Jay Cutler, like all these other dudes.
The Jakes.
And then you decide to completely shift and go, no, okay, even though this dude just did all of this for me, let's go defensive heavy. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying. So, like, okay, I know he's in division, but Eric Bieniemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Byron Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich was another one that I thought of.
Don't hate that. I don't hate it. I don't hate a Byron Leftwich. Young, quarterback friendly. Especially, like, it also depends on the quarterback you're going to get. It's also depending on the coach you're going to get, right? Like, if you're going to get a quarterback, like,
you need to have your head coach in place before the draft.
Yes, if you want to make but if you want to make a player, right? So say if they're like a team that's like, we want to bring in a good, solid veteran. Let's just say someone like Russell Wilson, who's probably more realistically gettable. Him and Aaron Rodgers are more gettable than a lot, right? I would then not go get Byron Leftwich because that wouldn't make any sense to go get a rookie head coach to try to pair with
an elite veteran quarterback.
An elite veteran quarterback, right? That's when you kind of want to look towards more like.
Well, hey, this is what Eric said. Eric said in the video, go get Dan Quinn. He's got the connection with Russ.
Yeah, Dan Quinn was a good one. But who was the quarterback? Who was the offensive coordinator? Kellen Moore. That's probably a good pick because he's already coached a high-level quarterback, right? Like, he's been with Dak Prescott. Like, he's already has a good system that he can run with a good quarterback. He's calling the offense.
Big Mike ain't doing shit.
No, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just kind of depends, but I would definitely go offense. No matter what you do, go offense because
you and I are in the same boat then because the defense hasn't worked.
Like, we cannot all sit here and say that, like, we'll say, like, one of the better teams over the last decade is, like, the Packers. They've had average to below average defenses and still go 12-4. Now, granted, they had one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, which is
it helps.
Hard thing to find.
Right here. All you need. Right here. I mean, it's not great. And actually, no, never mind. I'm going to not even say it out loud because it contradicts everything I just stated and you stated. Just keep with your thought.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But I don't feel like, I feel like a defensive coach is great if you're like Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn already had Matt Ryan. Like, he didn't have to worry about offense. Like, you already have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like, if you're Pete Carroll, like, Pete Carroll's a very defensive-minded coach. He got lucky and got Russell Wilson.
The thing is, they did absolutely phenomenal drafting in the early half of a decade. And since, they have not had a good defense. Like, the last 4 years, their defense has been incredibly suspect in a whole picture, in a wide picture.
Right. Yep.
But they still have Russ, who can guarantee you at least 10 to 12 wins a year.
Yeah, he's never not had 10 wins, which is crazy. Yeah, so, like, it's just, like, look at all the teams that have kind of, like, made the turnaround. The Browns hired an offensive coach. He had a clear, like, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Stefanski has a clear way of playing football. Run the damn ball.
He had Dalvin Cook. He came from an offense with Dalvin Cook and Kirk Cousins.
And they ran the ball like crazy. Like, that's what they do. So, like, I feel like
Kyle Stanley at the Bengals. Kyle Stanley with the Chargers, not Chargers.
Zach
that's right. Zach Taylor. Yeah.
Zach Taylor.
All these classic white guy names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just like I feel like you're wasting your time by getting a defensive head coach when you don't have a good quarterback room to begin with. Like, you gotta have, and you also want to hire a coach.
Someone has to set the offensive tempo.
And you also want to hire a coach that, like, a player wants to come play for, right? Like, if you're like the Broncos, who are pretty much a quarterback away, don't you want to hire a coach that's like, damn, like, I want to play for him, right? Like, not someone who's like, oh well, that's kind of a risk, hiring someone like that. That's just how I don't know. I just don't feel like defensive-minded head coaches. I think they fare well if they're in the right situation, but if you want to turn a franchise around, you got to have an offense. Offense complements defense more than defense complements offense. That's just
you keep them off the field, let them get rested, and then your front four can go get after them.
There's no doubt about it. The Browns' defense is better when the offense of the Browns is better.
Yeah, no, when they can put together.
There's no doubt.
That's why there's games where they give up
10-minute drive.
They give up 10 points, or they give up 47.
Yep. The Browns are a different team when they can actually string together.
It's also a lot easier to play. It's also a lot easier to play football ahead. It's a lot easier to play football ahead on defense.
Even if you go kick field goals, if the Browns kick 7 field goals in a game and have 21 points, because they're long drives and they're sustained, and the defense and Myles Garrett can rest and Denzel Ward can rest, and all these dudes get a significant break while the other team's offense stays cold, they will win games.
Yeah. Right. Like look at, I mean, you can look at like games, examples of games. You can look at teams, right? Like we're just using the Browns as an example because they're kind of a really good example. Like when they played the Chargers, they got into a fast pace, like up and down game. Their defense can't keep up. Like it just can't. Like I'm not saying their defense is bad, but the Chargers defense couldn't keep up either.
No, neither team could. In a shootout, it's in a shootout. It's hard unless you have
Exactly.
Unless your defense is bend, don't break, and can be ball hawking like currently the Cowboys are playing. That's the one thing I will give the Cowboys defense. They are playing like the Packers 2010 team did, where they bend, don't break, get into the red zone, usually hold them to a field goal or get a turnover somewhere in the drive.
Right, yeah. And like, it's just, you just can't, you can't win football games without scoring points.
No.
So it's like that's your number one priority is scoring points.
Again, you need at least 25 in the NFL.
You do. If you anything over 20, you're in a game.
Should be, unless you're the Packers. Unless you're the Packers in a playoff game.
Right. I'm just saying you're in the game. Like you have a chance. You're either a possession or a possession and a half away from a win or tie. Yeah.
Since Cal's muted, I'll go.
I don't have a name. I'm 100% agree with if you're going to switch coaches, which I don't think that's the play at this moment, even though, yes, it's 4 straight losses going into 5. Like, I get it. Yes, it's not a good look. You had the hopes and dreams at being 3-0 at the beginning of the league, beginning of the season when we all kind of knew what was going to happen. But I don't think firing the coach right away on his first season or whatever is
Fangio's 3 or 4.
3 or 4, but I'm talking about just in general. I'm talking about like as a in whole. Like he's so early in his tenure that I don't like switching coaches, but that comes from someone who's a fan of a team that literally keeps their coach for 20 years every single time.
But shouldn't. Even if they shouldn't.
You and I are in the same boat. So I've had Mike. We've had back-to-back Mikes. I can't remember the other dude, first Mike's last name.
They give him the M Montgomery or something like that.
No, you're thinking of Mike McCarthy.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely thinking of he looks like a Warris.
Williams.
No, you're thinking of Mike Holmgren.
I am thinking of Mike Holmgren.
Yeah, that was 90s. We had 3 Mikes in a row. Yeah. And then we got
McCarthy.
Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've had 3 coaches in my entire fandom of the Packers.
I've had 3 coaches in the last.
I've had 2.
Yeah,
I've had 2.
You 2 have.
Yeah, so
Steelers are the image of stability. All right, you guys.
Patriots do.
That they don't count.
Yeah, but
I just count because the Steelers have had 3 coaches in the entire tenure of their franchise existence.
Yeah, but
that's absurd.
I just don't think it's just the first move. Like, yes, I know. At least have the conversation. He's definitely in the hot seat. That's for sure. I don't think he should not be. But if you're gonna go with a new coach, go with definitely an offensive one. The defensive one did not work out. You guys
hasn't worked out. They had Vance Joseph prior to Vic Fangio, who was a defensive-minded coach too. He's currently the DC of the Cardinals.
Yep. Get a coach not for your strong suit. Get a coach for your weak point, and then go from there. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, don't double down. Yeah.
No, I mean, hell, look at Zach Taylor. We all were calling for his head prior to this year. The dude had like 9 total wins.
Mm-hmm.
Evan, I want to hear Evan's opinion.
Now he's number 1 in the AFC.
I have something to say after that too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna roll with the whole offense thing. Like, I mean, I said earlier, about Eric Bieniemy and bringing Patrick Mahomes with him. Obviously,
Hey, trade Mahomes was trending on Twitter.
It's so stupid. I don't want to.
That's never going to happen. But
hashtag reading it about 75 times.
That's never going to happen.
Hashtag trade Mahomes.
Like whoever said it, whoever I can't remember who said it, but
BFT comments.
I think that if they get EB and they're looking for a quarterback to sign, more people are going to go towards a quarterback coach or a coach that's already coached the best in the league right now.
Well, won the Super Bowl.
Maybe not anymore,
that's
but
why mine was Brian.
He's not playing like it. But Patrick Mahomes, and he's a Super Bowl winning coach. He's been there twice, the last one and won one. I mean, it's that. I know he interviews like
Andy Reid disciples do very well. Andy Reid disciples do very well.
All the rumors, about him like not interviewing well, and that's why he doesn't have a job yet. Eric Bieniemy, that being, I mean, he's got to find one eventually, and I think the team just needs to take a risk on him. And if he sucks, then well, we could be talking about this at the same time next year. So I don't know.
Just a comment, just because I think this is something that's overlooked when it comes to like NFL in general. I think it's absolute bullshit that we put so much blame on head coaches and we don't put enough blame on GMs. I don't understand.
Or coordinators.
They just got a brand new GM, so you got to give Pat and
but I'm just saying in general. There's so much blame that goes to a head coach, but in reality, the head coach is given what he's got. He doesn't make decisions. There is no roster decisions. Like, should the Broncos have moved on from Von Miller? Like, should the Broncos have went all in and traded not just for Aaron Rodgers, like, something else? Like, should the Broncos drafted him? Should the Broncos blah, blah, blah? Like, it all starts from the top. And I guess I'm speaking about this because I am a victim of bad management currently. And
you are. I will give you
and I am. So I really think that a lot of blame gets put on the head coach because it's easy. It's easy to put blame on the head coach.
They're the one that speaks to the media all the time, dude.
Yeah, it's so easy to put blame on the head coach.
It's the same with putting blame on the quarterback.
And the only football level of football you can put blame on the head coach majority is college football because it is their show. It's their recruiting. It's their personnel. It's literally everything that has to do with them. It's their program. But in the NFL, you're a f***ing employee. You are an employee to the GM and the owner. That is it. You are the third man down the pecking order, and that's it. Like, you're literally a victim of whatever they give you. So if you're a head coach in, let's say, Miami, right? Who's their head coach right now?
Miami University
Flores. Brian Flores, right? Okay. So Brian Flores, is it his fault that their offense isn't as good as what they could be if they would have drafted Justin Herbert instead of drafting Tua? Is that Brian Flores' fault? Absolutely
no, but again, everyone was much higher on Tua than Herbert coming out in the draft.
Tua, okay,
and they were wrong.
They were absolutely wrong, but everyone was pounding.
Herbert was the consensus number one pick going into the season. The only thing that changed that was Joe Burrow. Rightfully
it did,
so.
But also Tua didn't play bad either. Like Tua
not saying he did.
Tua was praised higher because of longevity than Herbert was. I'm not going to be blind to that.
I'm just saying though that you have to look at the facts. You have to.
No,
I'm not
arguing that.
Yeah, just like how we pick on Chicago for not drafting however many quarterbacks they passed on.
Okay, wait, hang on. That instance is totally different.
I agree. I'm just saying, though, that we cannot put blame on Brian Flores because he was handing a worse roster than what it could have been.
No, absolutely.
That comes back to management. End of story. Like, and the reason why the Steelers are so stable is because they draft better than almost anybody. Like in almost any sport.
And we have a coach that tells the media to F off when they say about you thinking about other jobs.
That thing was
so frustrating. It's so frustrating because I'm dealing with it right now. Like everyone wants to blame Sirianni, and like I'm like, bro, like he doesn't look great. But then I'm like, well, I mean, I just watched Carson Wentz in the pouring down rain the other night throw for almost 200 yards. 2 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown.
To be fair, other than that last drive, dude, leading into that last drive, I think he had like 38 yards.
It was pouring down
75.
Rain.
75.
I was going to say, it was 38 or 78 I was going to go with.
It was pouring down rain. It was
I know, but
He's
I took it over.
The last two, the Sunday night and Monday night.
Like it was so
games with the rain. Just
like
great.
I watched him.
Love it.
But this year Carson Wentz is like completing 66% of passes, 11 touchdown,
has the least amount of picks in the league.
Amount of picks. He has a passer rating of 152.4 on throws over 20 yards. That's literally perfect.
You know what?
That's
Tom,
not
158.3, but
I thought it was 154.
158.3.
Okay, damn near perfect.
There you go.
And we traded him away for a conditional second round, could possibly be first round pick. So who do you blame? Do we blame Sirianni or do we blame Howie Roseman and Jeff Lurie for letting go of franchise quarterback?
It's Ben Roseman, Cade.
Ben?
No, he's saying it has been.
It has
Roseman.
been.
It's been. Yeah, 100%. It has been from the beginning.
Like, he drafts dog shit receivers for Carson, then blames Carson, then gets Carson out of town.
Yes. And then we fire a Super Bowl winning coach who, through 5 seasons, made the playoffs 3 years and had 1 losing season. But we fire him because he's the reason, right? And then we let go of our franchise quarterback because also he was the reason.
And
but
then
he
you
goes to
decide to start
Indianapolis
running.
and
The one knock on Sirianni is running the ball one time in one half.
Yeah, listen, Sirianni ain't great. I'm not saying that. But guess whose fault that is? It's the front office. You hired him.
Yeah, no, I agree. It doesn't help Sirianni's case that he's a little bit of a nerd too. Like, he definitely is socially awkward.
Ty.
Dude.
I think every single person in that parlay that you guys had tonight is losing currently. Yeah, yeah, literally every single one. Yeah.
No, I'm keeping track of it. Look, I listened to a couple on Hammer Down, and I went with them, and then it just.
The Pens are getting destroyed.
Yeah, no, I took the Pens and the Avs were my picks. The other 3 were all by Hammered Down.
The Sixers are so bad.
One game.
But yeah, no, that's the question this week. We're gonna hop into some more football, but it's definitely an interesting one because I do believe head coaching is a very important part. But as far as the Broncos go as a specific organization, it's time to just go get a young OC like the rest of the league is currently doing, or a proven offensive coordinator to see what they can do, because that's the trend of the league. I'm sorry, but defense is not it, and you've tried back-to-back head coaches that have been more or less one contract and done. So it's time to go with an OC. It's just that simple.
Yeah, barely make a contract, right?
Getting Dan Quinn, yeah, he has the experience, but he's a defensive coordinator right now, and is his defense playing well? Sure, but also look at what he did with the Falcons. Like, was that high-end talent? Like, their defense was one of the historically bad defenses, and he's supposed to be a DC. Like,
I think we should go to the whether we're not going to get tickets, but whether or not I think we should go to the Super Bowl this year and at least go there.
I cannot get media passes for the Super Bowl.
No, we don't have to get media pass. I would just love to be on the tailgate, literally us on a tailgate.
In LA?
It's in LA. It's a SoFi Stadium.
That's asking a lot.
I know, but I'm just saying, us to go, fly out there, make it a week, a couple days trip.
No,
whatever.
We'll just do a whole vlog where we sit at
tailgates
and hey, you want to talk about your team?
Exactly. Get just people walking by drunk. Yeah, get people walking by just absolutely hammered. I think it'd be so awesome.
Be like the guys
it's all funny
on the street, but when you're for real.
You say that now, but then when the Packers are in the Super Bowl, you're going to be like, "Yep, we're going."
I mean, I'd be going regardless.
But I think that'd be awesome. I'd sit right in the back of the tailgate. The only problem is we have to make bets before we get out there because I don't think California is under the betting game. Oh, they are? Okay, they were good.
Are they?
Are they? I don't think they are.
Pretty sure.
No.
I don't think so, Ty.
Okay, then we'll walk across the border to Las Vegas or to Nevada and be fine.
We will be.
Yeah.
It's a long walk.
Not that far.
It's about
like 300 miles.
But yeah, not
Listen,
bad.
I'll work from home all week. I don't give 2 shits.
All right. Let's hop into NFL talks then.
We pretty much have been the entire time.
No, anyone got?
Yeah, grab me one.
Have anything to get off their chest from this past week?
I mean,
you guys
we had a bye.
bye.
Yeah.
The Eagles are in rough shape. Packers.
It actually
beat
the best
football team.
I think the opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers to still win the division happened this week with the Bengals beating the Ravens. I think that was huge for us as Steelers fans because
I think it was big, but I thought, dude, I truly believe the Bengals are for real.
They're solid.
I think they still lose in the first playoff game, but I think they're for real.
Yeah, I just the scary part for me is not. It's all about if they can keep the longevity of like their offensive line and keep
Joe Burrow,
because Burrow is doing a lot on his own pretty much. He's making a lot of plays. Like you watch those games, like he literally he's in a shotgun formation. He snaps the ball. That ball's in his hands. He takes one step and he's already moving within the pocket because he has zero time to. He's literally making plays himself.
So,
by the way, Atlanta's up 3-0. By the way,
let's go.
This is a two-part question.
Okay.
Part one: do we need to start sliding Burrow into MVP consideration?
I think that he can be in the fringe conversation. Yes.
Right. Because
he's definitely going to be comeback player of the year.
All the teams,
he's definitely going to be comeback player of the year.
Yeah. Well, Dak might have a word with that.
Dak could. That'd be a good battle.
That's the battle right there.
A battle.
Okay,
because Saquon has not done shit and is
McCaffrey's re-injured.
Christian's re-injured.
Yeah.
What other big names were out last? I mean,
those two.
What I was going to say is that the reason why is because like he can have a consideration over a lot of other people. They were not projected to go above 500.
No, they were projected.
No, I think
their odds to win our division was plus 2,900.
Right.
Yeah, I also think their over/under for wins was 6.5.
Right.
Yeah.
So right then and there, they're already at.
Which they can still hit the under. The under can still happen.
Can't hit the under.
Technically, the under still happens.
Still can't hit the under. It's never over, right? But what I will say is that like expectation versus reality, the Bengals have overperformed better than any other team in the NFL.
Yes.
So
I mean, yeah.
That's why.
What are they? They have 2 losses.
They're 5-2.
They're 5-2. Hey, let's hit another home run. Let's go. 5-0.
Okay. Not only that, all right. But my second part is Joe Burrow better than Lamar Jackson?
No,
I'm not saying that yet.
Listen, it depends on what you're talking about. Football player, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. Quarterback, I might take Joe Burrow.
I'm like tired of that comparison though. Like
he's literally just such
the
a
only quarterback
player
in the NFL you say that for.
He can play wide receiver, running back, or quarterback.
No, I'm still if that's
Taysom Hill.
If we're whatever it is, I'm still taking Lamar Jackson right now, and I love Joe. Like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert are right here for me, like 2 of my favorite players in the league. I'm still taking Lamar Jackson.
Oh
yeah, I think I do too. I think I still take Lamar Jackson.
I just watch both quarterbacks play, and you can see when I watch both quarterbacks play, and I'm no quarterback guru. I'm not a football geek.
No, but you are a Lamar hater.
I don't know how I can think that one of those 2 players are better. Like I don't know how.
Okay, but I'm also not going to put it in a vacuum. Joe Burrow just hit 16 games played.
Right. That's what I'm agreeing with. But what I'm saying, I agree with that, and I 100% not going to take that out, and I'm not going to say. But I also don't. I think Lamar Jackson's overrated, so that's why
fine,
I put.
But right now, we're talking about a unanimous MVP against a dude that just won or just played in his 16th game.
I agree, 100%. But the unanimous MVP was over 2 seasons ago now, so we have to like.
Still going to take the dude that was that right now. Again, we can have this conversation the end of next year, and I do think Joe Burrow will be above
better
Lamar
than
Jackson.
Okay, so maybe I'm a little jumping the gun
You're 100% jumping the gun.
Because you're talking about an MVP. You're talking about an MVP quarterback.
But I'm talking about if I'm looking at a projection, like, listen, this is the God's honest truth.
Herbert and Burrow are both going to be better than Lamar Jackson at the quarterback position. Right now, though, it's still Lamar.
Okay, this is my only problem with the Lamar
over Herbert. You're saying 2 tie?
I'm saying Lamar. Yes, because again, we've only seen 20 games.
I love
both of these guys. I love them, but I am taking the dude that has played 3 full seasons and has competed at a very high level every year.
Let me ask you a question. If you're starting a football team right now, which out of the 3 are you taking?
It's not Lamar.
Okay,
are you taking Herbert?
Because I've seen what they can do.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, right now you're starting a football team. Who's your quarterback?
If I'm starting a team right now,
who's your quarterback out of the 3?
Based off of their college expectations,
everything.
I'm taking Joe Burrow. I'm not taking
over Herbert.
Oh, you're taking over Herbert.
Anything? Okay, I'm not counting the NFL because the NFL is always a question mark.
Oh wait, no. We're saying like right now,
like with everything you've seen, everything you've seen. Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're saying.
Because he's bigger, he's more athletic, and has
younger.
He is younger. Lamar's technically younger too. Joe Burrow's the oldest one.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the reason why I'm not like so sold on Lamar like you guys are. I'm not as much. Same thing with Baker.
He's just fun to watch.
No, listen. Same thing with Baker. If they were truly a franchise quarterback, a player who is going to like change the face of the franchise for the next like decade, right? Like Josh Allen, like Pat Mahomes, they would have been paid already. And I'm not going to argue that because when you got the guy, you know his worth and the market's there, they're going to pay him. That is my only argument against Lamar Jackson. And I'm not even talking about Baker, but Lamar Jackson has not gotten paid yet. And I think the reason why he hasn't gotten paid yet is because I think the Ravens look around and they're like, wait, like, I know he's good, but like, is he ever going to be really good? Like, yes, he will rush for almost 1,000 yards this year and he will pass for 3,000. And like, that's, or almost 4,000. He might break 4,000. And that's incredible. And I'm never going to argue that. That is unbelievably talented. He's a great player, good football player. But is he ever going to win you a game in January? And my answer is no. Because when he plays
a playoff game last year.
But he lost the other two by like 30.
Eli Manning and Kurt Warner didn't win their first playoff game for 6 years.
We're all sitting here saying like Eli was like the definition of like above average quarterback in the NFL.
Dude, I think too, honestly,
I just don't see it as
much. With the Ravens organization.
Wait a sec. Just to counter your 1 point really fast, so last year in the NFL, Cade, was a flat cap, so it was hard to pay certain players and then also honor their thing. Yep, the cap is going to raise this year, which I do believe is going to lead to more people getting paid. And maybe Baker and Lamar had that conversation like, hey, just ride out the final year of your contract. We're going to make sure you get paid.
Well, they're proving it. No, they're in a prove-it year. That's what it is right now.
We don't know that, though.
No, but what I'm saying is, though, is like, no matter what, like, say if Lamar Jackson played horribly, like, he's not going to be able to demand $44 million.
He can't demand it, but also the cap is going up, so he can still be like, all right, yeah, I had a down year, but I'm still a unanimous MVP, took us to the playoffs 3 out of 4 years.
I'm not disagreeing with that. That's not what I'm saying.
That's my point.
I completely understand that. I'm just saying next year, the minute Justin Herbert is available to be re-signed, the Chargers will re-sign him. Next year, when Burrow is, they will re-sign him.
Again, I do think and maybe this is me just being naive, I really do think this had a lot more to do with the flat cap, where there was no extra money, period, for the team. And I don't know either team's cap situation. I know the Browns are still all right, even though they have a lot of high-end talent on their team.
They're definitely on the better side of the cap. They're on the better side.
Nick Chubb is still going to need
next year. We're going to have the biggest cap in the league.
Kareem Hunt's cheap.
Like, to me, but all these guys are going to want a pay increase. Same with the offensive line.
The Browns will not be the same team next year by any means.
But and to me, to my point, that is kind of what I'm getting at is they wanted to keep as much together, so maybe they did behind the scenes go to Lamar and Baker and say, hey, just can you ride this out this year? We will re-sign you. Just the cap is flat. We need to make sure all these pieces can stay here because, look, we both just made the playoffs.
I completely understand that.
I'm looking at it from that perspective more so than saying it, because you can ask any Cleveland specifically. You can ask any Cleveland Brown fan, do you want to go back prior to 2017 and just restart again before Baker?
They're going to re-sign Baker.
100 out of 100 is saying no.
Right, I agree. I'm just saying, like the reason why I'm defending my point of why I view
you should. It's your point.
Yeah, because I also think a guy who's like completing like 65%, which is definitely solid. That's not bad. But it has 10 touchdowns, 5 picks. Like he doesn't like you look at like Joe Burrow play football and like he's just better. Like there's just better quarterbacks.
I agree that different quarterbacks pass the eye test, but I still am right now am in the wagon where Lamar does more for a team than those two dudes do.
Yeah.
I'm still in that boat. Again, at the end of the season or at the halfway through next year, Cade, I'm more than likely going to be with you. Right now,
I know, I'm going against and I'm going against my like normal.
No, you
thought
100%
like,
are.
Yeah, and I am, but but I'm also like not. I'm also going off the mind of like what we're saying. Like, who would you rather have over the next 5 years? I'm choosing Herbert, Burrow, then Lamar.
I agree.
Yeah, so like that's where my mind's at. But at the same time, I also think that Joe Burrow is probably one of the better quarterbacks we've seen through 18 games.
No,
like,
I think it's what was
like
it
how
was
much
like,
better
I think
we've
it was
seen through the first 16 games.
Through his official 16 games, it's like 3,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, and I think it's 14 interceptions.
That's really good.
No, that's a good first. Yeah. That's a good
so
first
like,
16 games.
Right. I think one of the things too is that with I don't know, but as if it was me and even me as a Ravens fan, every single time Lamar tucks that ball, literally, yes, you're hoping for a big play, but you're just thinking like, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt. Like GM's got to be thinking about that in the back of their head too. Like he is a dangerous football player.
Oh yeah.
To put a lot of money in. They'll put a lot of money in.
Like, and that is definitely a thing, but he also does know when to scamper out of bounds or go down.
Oh, 100%.
He doesn't take too many big shots.
He's an athlete. Like, but that's got to be another thing. But hey, all I'm saying is the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have the biggest cap in 2022.
I'm very happy for you, and you're going to have the worst quarterback in your division.
Nope. He's going to be gone. He's not the worst quarterback right now.
Matt Corral will still be the worst quarterback in your division.
Yes. There's not one quarterback that the Steelers
right now, I don't think we have the worst quarterback in the division.
I do.
I would argue that Cal is correct. I think Baker's probably the worst quarterback this year.
Okay, Baker's been playing with a torn labrum.
Listen.
Ben has been playing at 49 years old.
Yeah.
49.
His body says 49. His birth certificate says 39.
There's definitely a pretty solid debate between the two, for sure.
But yeah, no. Speaking of, Deshaun Watson news with the Panthers and Miami.
Panthers, Broncos, Miami, everybody again. Apparently kicked up because the deadline is the 2nd.
Yeah.
So next week we'll be talking very heavily into the trade deadline, boys.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens, I expect a lot of shit to happen, but last year was kind of let down if I recall correctly. So.
Well, last year had a lot of because of the COVID year, there was so many question marks around like football. Like the NBA was the same way. There was like no. Cal, what's wrong? But he just like randomly got up and started walking through the door. I wasn't sure, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Deshaun trade, dude. Carolina. I know Sam Darnold hasn't looked good. It's kind of crazy, bro. We were all on the
picked
same
up his
Darnold
5th-year option, so technically he's on a 1-year deal.
Who, Darnold?
Carolina picked up his 5th-year option.
Yeah, right. I don't know how. If again, we've said this like 20 times, but if you're any team in the NFL besides like 2 to 3 teams right now, you would make the trade for Russell Wilson. Like, you will make the trade for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not Russell Wilson. Sorry.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. You will make the trade for him other than maybe 3 teams. That's it. So I don't know how Deshaun Watson's still on the roster. That's just my opinion.
I'm going to say like 4 or 5, yeah.
4 or 5?
Yeah. The Bucks aren't trading for him.
The Bucks
would in a heartbeat.
The Bucks would be idiots to not trade a 45-year-old.
I'm just saying they wouldn't.
No, they would.
That would be a
very
bad.
Been there for 2 years.
They're going to trade Tom Brady for him.
Yeah,
that would be a very. If you could, if
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying I don't think the Bucks are going to do it.
Texans walked up to the Bucks and said, "We will give you Deshaun Watson
for
Tom Brady straight up." They'd be the dumbest franchise not to take that.
The only reason why it wouldn't be dumb is because the money that associates with Deshaun Watson.
Tom's getting paid.
Tom's getting like 37 or 40.
Yeah, Cal. Literally, Deshaun Watson.
I don't know about that.
Is only paid like $27 million.
Yeah, I think it's 25 or something like that.
It's not $25 million.
I don't think the Packers aren't taking.
25
Packers
would
take
be
it.
stupid not to do
They
it.
should take it. But I don't think
41
they
million. Okay, hold on.
Packers, Bills, Chargers,
Cowboys.
Nope. Cowboys are stupid.
I'm with you, but yeah.
They're going to keep Dak. They're going to keep Dak.
Listen, listen, I got 3 teams. I got my 3. I got the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Chargers would be the only 3 teams to me right now would be stupid to not trade with a straight up QB swap right now. Yes, Ty, think about this. We have We have a quarterback who's a top 5 player in the NFL when he plays, 100%, in my opinion, quarterback-wise. If Green Bay could trade for a 25-year-old Deshaun Watson versus a 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than him, but Aaron Rodgers is not the better quarterback for him over the length of the 4 years that Deshaun Watson has left on his contract.
People said the same about Tom Brady.
I'm just saying I will take that risk. I will take the risk. I will take it.
I don't think the Ravens
any quarterback in the league besides those 3.
I don't think the Ravens would either.
The Ravens would be stupid not to.
So I don't think so.
Yeah, I probably have like 10 teams that aren't.
Listen, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I forgot Arizona. Yeah. That will be my 4th. Arizona.
Lamar Jackson.
The Rams?
Lamar Jackson.
Yes, I would trade Deshaun Watson for Matt.
You think the Rams? Do you think? Yeah, I would too. But I'm saying, do you think the Rams would though?
It's not about if they would. It's about like
if
which player is better.
They should.
It's about who.
Well, and that's the thing that's where I think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens would be a toss-up because Lamar is a better football player for the Ravens than Deshaun Watson would be. He fits that team. He fits the team better.
That's not. How does he fit the team better?
I mean, I know. I'm not sure
they're a run first team.
Yeah, they're a run first team, but like
Deshaun can run.
Deshaun
Of course, I'm not saying that.
But he's going to run every zone read that Lamar Jackson runs. Every single one of them.
Deshaun Watson's not running read options.
Yes, he does, Cal. He ran. What do you mean?
Not as many as that they run almost a read option every play.
You don't have to be as worried about it with Lamar compared to Deshaun.
Yeah, but you have a way better arm.
Almost every play.
You have almost a 5,000-yard, 45 touchdown arm compared to a guy who's thrown at most 3,000. 4,500.
There you go.
So yeah, he's throwing it for 3,000, but he's also running for almost 2.
No, he's not. Cowboys never ran for 1,000.
Yep. Lamar has ran for 1,000.
Yes,
I thought he didn't run.
I think he's done it twice.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's been 1,000.
His MVP season, I think he did for sure.
Deshaun Watson still gets more yards, more touchdowns, and is a better football player.
I don't know about touchdowns.
Cal, dude.
Lamar's running for 10 to 15 and
throwing. He's not, Cal. That's so many. No, he's not.
I mean, Josh Allen ran for 10 last year.
Really quick. Remember when we said that the AFC has way more top end talent? The 5 best records in the NFL right now are all NFC.
Yeah, the NFC is superior this year, for sure. By the way, Deshaun Watson
but the thing is, though, I only see there's still only 2 teams, maybe 3 teams in the NFC that are Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion, even with the records.
And how many are in the AFC?
2 to 3.
In the AFC, you have the Rams, the Cardinals, the Bucks.
That's the
NFC.
Sure.
The NFC, sorry. Those 3 for sure.
Packers. We're sprinkling
Packers. So you can definitely argue
Cardinals, Bucks, Packers, Rams, Cowboys have the best record in the NFL.
Yes, but I don't think the Cowboys are super.
I don't either.
I don't
think then who are we talking in the AFC then?
Bills, Titans.
The Bills are a Super Bowl contender. The Titans are just as much of a Super Bowl contender as the Cowboys are.
I think they're
just the same. They're just the same.
Until someone stops.
The Titans made the playoffs last year, didn't they?
Stop Derrick Henry.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, no matter what, the Titans still lost to the Jets. That did happen.
And then they beat the Chiefs and the Bills.
I agree.
The Cowboys. The Cowboys last year. What was their record? I mean, I know we're not thinking about last year, but still, I mean, I think the Titans are a little bit better, more of a contender than the Cowboys, but not much. But I think they are. But yeah, I mean, I agree with the whole NFC notion for sure. I mean,
I think the only reason why
there's
the
better
could
teams
be considered a playoff Super Bowl contenders because the last 2 wins they got.
I don't know if I can consider the Bengals a Super Bowl contender.
No, but I think the Ravens are though.
The Ravens are more of a contender than the Bengals are.
I think the Ravens are more a contender, but I do not consider the Ravens a Super Bowl contender.
I mean, out of the AFC, if you're saying that they're weak, then
if you're considering out of the AFC,
because you're saying that
it's probably the Ravens, the Bills, and the Titans, and that's really about it.
I think the Chargers are better than the
Chargers.
Ravens.
Yeah, I remember the Chargers too.
I think the Chargers are better.
Chargers are definitely Super Bowl contenders. They're definitely Super Bowl.
The Ravens just beat them 34-6.
Very low key. I think the Raiders are almost more of a Super Bowl contender than the Ravens.
No, they don't have.
I don't think so.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the Raiders are still really good though. They're 5-2. They've beaten good teams.
But they've also lost to bad teams too, though.
Who did they lose to that were
The
bad?
Bears. They lost to the Bears. Bad.
They
The
lost
Bears
to
beat the
bad.
top
Really
two
bad.
AFC teams.
They lost 20-9 to the Bears. They didn't even score a touchdown.
That's
And
really
that's
bad.
That's a bad game.
And I don't remember who they lost to the second one. I think it was the
Right, but we can't
They
call the
lost to the
Titans
Chargers.
a Super
The
Bowl
Chargers,
when they
yeah.
lost to the Jets and then hate on the Raiders for losing to the Bears, who are a better team than the Jets. We can't do that.
marginally.
We cannot do that.
I would definitely say marginally. Yeah,
Marginally.
they're
better.
we're both
The Bears
really bad.
are better than the Jets if they played straight up. The Jets are by far the worst team in football. By far.
Dolphins are making a hard push for
Yeah.
that right
The
now.
Dolphins are making a hard push for that, but I'm still saying the Jets are
What about the Detroit Lions?
I don't know.
They ain't gotta win
The
yet.
Jets with Joe
The
Flacco,
Don't
baby,
Lions
they're
are the
bad.
best defeated team I've ever seen.
The Lions are literally
But they got blown out last
The
week.
Lions,
They got
the
blown
Lions are
out,
going to
but
beat the Eagles this week.
Bad. Yeah.
The Lions are going to beat the Eagles this week. They're a better
That's
football
not
team.
hard.
But they're a better football team than them.
See, the Lions are Lions. They haven't won a game.
I think the Lions are better than almost. I think the Lions are better than 5 teams in the NFL.
That's a lot, but I'm like Texans, Jets, Giants.
Texans, Jets,
Jags.
Dolphins, Jags.
I'm taking Jags over them. I'm taking Jags over them.
I don't know,
think I
man.
am.
They've played every team tough. They've played
Except the
every
last
game
game.
tough.
No, even the last game they were tough until the
What
last
do you mean?
quarter.
They were up. They were. What do you mean? They lost by like what?
They
lost by
can't
8?
close. They can't close. They can't close. They're like tie at a bar.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, Cal. 2019, Lamar rushed for
Oh,
1,200
I'm
in
sorry, the
2020.
Bengals. They were never in the
1,000.
Bengals.
And he rushed for
That's what I'm saying.
Smoked the
seven
shit out of
touchdowns his MVP year.
That's what I'm saying.
43
You're
and
saying he rushed for 10 to 15 touchdowns. He not
43 and
Oh, but
43
he
and
ran
6.
for over 1,000 2 seasons. Both
That's
of them.
really
43
good.
and 6.
Hey,
43
the
touchdowns.
The Lions have been close in a lot of games, except the Bengals. The Bengals are the ones that smoked the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game was
Wait,
never
I'm looking at
close.
the.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the.
The
The
Buccaneers are
AFC
pretty good.
The AFC are really they're
Hey.
middle. They're in the middle. In that middle section is where the competition lies in the AFC.
The AFC is extremely underperformed for how good I thought they were going to be.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
we
we
would
don't.
all agree.
Every
yeah,
single
absolutely.
team in the AFC has won a football game, though.
Cal, that's such a cherry pick.
So stupid.
That's such a cherry pick.
Is it a true statement?
Cal, there's 2.
No,
one-win
answer the
teams.
question.
The AFC has 2 1-win teams.
Well, we have
The NFC
No,
has a
we have
0-win team.
no.
And I don't
no
think
win
they have a
teams.
1-win team. I think everyone else is at least.
No, you guys have. There's a one. There's got to be a one team in there somewhere.
I don't think so, man. I can't think of one.
There isn't.
There isn't.
Panthers 3-4, Lions 0-7, Seahawks 2-5, Giants 2-5.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
the Eagles are 2-5.
we don't have a defeated team.
Tied. I'm just going off of who's last place in the division.
Right, I'm just saying, no.
Your undefeated team with the Cardinals and the defeated team cancel each other out.
No.
So we're still better.
Yes.
X is out.
Yeah.
It's 3 and
We
3.
have the next 4.
It's 3 and 3. 3 and 3.
NFC is.
I don't know. We turned this
Do not
into
argue that the NFC
like a podcast. We're better thing.
Stop.
Well, we were AFCs and they're NFC. I mean,
It's not like the AFC. The AFC has always been like
the AFC will still win the Super Bowl this year. The AFC will win the Super Bowl this year.
the NFC definitely has the best Super Bowl contenders to win.
But the AFC will win the Super Bowl this year.
Who is from the AFC is going to win?
Bills.
The Bills. That's it. That's the only thing.
No.
That's what I was gonna say.
Got one
They're the
shot.
only they're
Bills.
really, in my
Bills,
opinion, the only
okay.
contender.
Okay.
Right now.
Bills. No, because
Well, you can throw in other things,
There's
but a
content-
runaway contender.
contenders to
The
get
two
the Super
lowest
Bowl.
scoring teams in the NFL right now are both from the AFC.
Yeah, but look at the defense.
Like I can
They've
oh,
given
I
up
can
more
legit.
points. What is
The Jets and the Jags.
Texans?
Texans. Bad football teams. Listen, right
Jags
now,
are actually third behind the Lions. The Lions have at least scored
the
120.
5 worst teams in
No,
the
the
league.
Bears. I'm sorry, the Bears are 101.
Yeah, Bears suck.
Yes, the Bears suck.
But they're too good. They have 2 really good wins, and they're both against the Bengals and the Raiders.
Yeah, 3 wins.
Yeah, no, but 2 good wins. I'm saying good wins.
Listen, the AFC has 4 of the bottom 5 teams in the league right now, and they're and it's marginally from there to the next step in the AFC is a huge gap.
Yeah,
No, the
there's a
AFC has
bad one.
4 1-win teams.
Yeah,
Tougher schedules.
they're bad.
Shut up.
Dude. Listen,
you're talking about
hey, AFC North strong as ever.
Jets suck. Houston sucks, and I'm not even going to the other teams. I'm just going off them. Like we're not even getting into other teams.
Every team has a win.
If you look at records of the NFC versus the AFC, it's probably a complete blowout.
Every team has a win.
All right, let's move on to who wants to talk. We want to do NBA.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it's early.
Not really.
I will say to this day, and you guys God construct me to where I sit, but Steph Curry is the most exciting basketball player ever to live and breathe on the earth.
Yes,
it's exciting.
Even more than Jimmy Fredette in college.
Yes, and that's a lot coming from me.
That's a massive compliment.
The Sixers suck.
Yeah,
we'll
Ben Simmons. Okay,
Ben Simmons
quick.
stinks.
What is going to happen to him and Kyrie? Just really quick.
Kyrie should be traded.
Kyrie's not going to play basketball.
Kyrie is going to retire.
No, he's not.
What team? So, okay. I might be a little out of the loop here. So, New York has some really strict rules for COVID, right? Like you can't play at home.
New York.
You can't even walk outside.
New York and LA.
You can't walk outside.
Correct, Kyle.
Yeah.
But what about like what team is going to make a trade for him where he can play more games?
Florida.
That makes sense.
You're gonna have to go to Florida.
Texas.
They don't care.
So the Rockets,
Florida,
he's not.
Texas in any Midwest.
You don't think
team.
Kyrie's going to shoot it for the Rockets?
Florida don't.
Literally,
the Mavericks. The Mavericks
never shut down. Florida never shut down.
What if Kyrie gets traded to the Mavericks?
That'd be fantastic for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, that would be fantastic for the Mavericks.
I mean, you got to trade away Hardaway, Porzingis. I mean,
yeah,
Hardaway and Porzingis. I mean,
it's going to be picks too. That'd be a lot.
I think that the Nets right now. I mean, I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know what their mindset is. I mean, they could.
New York's not lifting it, dude.
Right. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying just this year, or I'm talking about next year and the next year. Who knows when this is going to stop? But I mean, like, they might eventually be able to be willing to sell them for not like crazy shit like with Porzingis and Hardaway and 3 first-rounders or something stupid like that. I mean, who knows?
What a great baseball player. I mean, fantastic.
I think when it comes to the Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, I don't think Ben Simmons is going to be traded again, and I think that's going to be the worst mistake the Sixers make.
And I also think too much, dude.
Yeah.
Who? The Sixers?
For Ben Simmons, they're going to continually ask for too much until
ridiculous. He's not that valuable. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm extremely high on Ben Simmons as a player. Like if he was let's just say if you could magically NBA 2K force a trade between Draymond Green and Ben Simmons, that would be the most ideal fit you could ever put him in, where he doesn't have to worry about scoring the ball other than slashing to the basket.
Ben Simmons is arguably one of the worst letdowns of an NBA draft pick, not counting injuries, just playing ability wise.
Markelle Fultz falls in there, but yeah, injured.
Anthony
Bennett too was another one. But I'm just saying, but Anthony Bennett, yes, he was number 1 overall that year.
Number 1 overall.
Yes,
the year
number
after
1
Kyrie.
overall. But the media and the narrative never kept up on him saying that he's going to be good. He's gonna just give him time.
Bad immediately.
No, he was bad immediately.
Ben Simmons
went to
every
Canada.
year. Ben Simmons every year. Oh, just let him develop a jump shot. Oh, he got hurt. Just give him some time. He's just got to develop into an NBA. They just kept giving him little boosts the entire time. Kept giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Kind of like Zion right now. Zion's doing the same thing.
Yeah, Zion's just fat. And I can say that because I'm fat.
Did you guys know? Hey, really quick. Did you guys know after the 3rd championship, it was said on the Pat McAfee show today, after the 3rd championship, 7'2" Shaquille O'Neal weighed 395 pounds.
Yes, but he was a brick shithouse.
That is massive. Yeah.
How did you know this?
Yeah.
How did they know that? How did they know that?
I looked it up.
Probably on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked it up, and Shaq reported himself after the 3rd championship when that series ended, he weighed 395 pounds.
To be fair, LeBron James weighed 285 pounds when they won the last championship with Miami because they put on so much weight.
Yeah, he was a thick boy.
Yeah, but
LeBron was in a thick boy stage.
Yeah,
there.
Shaq was. Yeah, like the most athletic fat man you've ever seen in your life.
No. I think ever to exist.
Yeah.
Ruben Studdard would argue with that. Ruben Studdard would argue with that.
He could sing. Shut up, Cal.
Yeah.
I do think that Ben Simmons is. I don't think Ben Simmons is a bust because Ben Simmons is definitely a player.
You can't be an average NBA star and be considered a bust, in my opinion.
He quit. He quit in college. He's now quit in the NBA. He quit in college. He stopped playing for LSU. Yes, he did.
I guess you're right. Yeah,
when they stopped playing,
when they didn't make the tournament, he didn't play the NIT.
He just stopped playing.
Yeah,
that's quitting.
That's not that concerning to me. But the more concerning thing for me is
he's quit twice.
So think about it this way, okay? I'm going to use an athletic player who didn't have a jump shot, who was very raw when he came out of college, and Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine came out of college, he was extremely raw, was a super uber athletic player, won a couple dunk contests, like he was known for being a dunker, and now he's like fringe 50, 40, 90 club. Why? Because he actually wanted to get better and he worked at it. Ben Simmons doesn't do that. He doesn't try to get better. Like, if you try to get better, he would be able to shoot above 50% from the free throw line in playoffs. If he wanted to be better, his numbers would have changed at least
50% from the free throw line. I can do that left-handed. I could grab a basketball and shoot better than 50% left-handed.
No, Cade, to your point, not asked as much, but Aaron Gordon. Known for dunk contests,
uber
athletic, one of the most athletic people we've ever seen. 6'9". I mean, has all the tangible skills to be a great power forward in the NBA.
Now is a 3-and-D player.
Now is the fourth or fifth option on the Denver Nuggets.
Right, and he can shoot because he knew he had to be able to do that.
Look at take Giannis for example. Giannis the same way.
Yeah, Giannis is like the hardest worker.
Giannis was a project. Giannis and Jokic were both projects. They took them on a prayer.
Yeah,
Giannis is straight up the hardest worker, pick and Jokic was a 41st overall.
Giannis is straight up the hardest worker in the NBA. Not even, and I don't know if anyone can make a case that they compete with him on that.
Alex Caruso has a great point.
Oh my god,
he is a gym rat.
But
I mean, dude.
But Giannis went from being a stick twig, like 6'11" little boy.
He was a poverty project.
Yep, to being unbelievably jacked, to now going the other way where he's learning finesse.
And now, arguably,
and he's 26 years old.
And he's top 3 power forward of all time, in my opinion.
Dude, Cal,
we're not doing this.
You're really taking Giannis over Timmy D today in that 75?
For that starting five, for the team that I selected. I already had, like, if you think about it, I had Steph, then I had MJ, and I had LeBron. I already have LeBron as a big guy, and I took Shaq. So I don't need 3 just bricks down there. I wanted something else that was athletic. So I took what my starting 5 would be. I'm not talking about best players. I'm talking about the starting 5 that would mesh well together. I think that team meshed well together.
Give me Dr. J. You want finesse down there.
Played for a fantastic organization.
That's why I said Kevin Durant over LeBron. Because you already have like so many players who can like Steph Curry's going to run around a million screens. Michael Jordan obviously is probably the greatest one-on-one player ever.
Listen,
and Kevin Durant is just going to be there just getting buckets from anywhere.
In the trajectory of what Giannis is going on.
Shame no one put Larry Bird in their list.
He just works too hard for me, you know what I mean?
In the trajectory in the trajectory that Giannis is on right now, he is already getting close to player wise, like individual player. I'm not talking about like championship stuff because he's already got one, but like to get more, I don't see him getting more with the Bucks. Or not very many, if maybe one more. If
I bet the Bucks are back in the finals this year, though, or close. You and I both. They'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals this year,
but
they got a chance.
He's working his way very quickly into that all-time conversations and like top 10 and stuff. He could easily get there. Easily can get to a top 10 overall.
If he doesn't hit a top 10 overall player with his first 6 years in this league, with the resume he has right now, it is a massive letdown.
Hey, just to give you guys an FYI, when ESPN did the top 100 all-time last year, without him winning a championship, he was in the top 25.
Yeah,
So his 100%. Championship put him in the top 15.
Yes,
No,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't make top 10 with his current resume right now at 26 years old,
he's going to win more MVPs.
It is
that
a
That
tragedy.
dude, top 5. He could end his career in top 5. Easy.
Yep.
Just off of accolades. I mean,
yeah,
we get to watch him right now. We exist right now to watch him. But it's.
And then you know who other one is now in my top 5 all the time is Wendell Stephon Curry.
Top 5?
He's number 5 for me.
Top
I'm not
5?
saying I'm taking him.
That's a little aggressive.
Who's the best point guard of all time in your opinion?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not putting a point guard in my top 5, me personally.
Oh,
I agree with that.
I am, and he's number 5.
Top 10 for sure. Not top 5.
He's top 5. That dude is an absolute monster.
I agree.
He's gonna set He's gonna set these records that no one's gonna touch ever.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said he is going to set records that no one is ever going to touch ever.
I agree.
Again, by the end of his career, I might have a shift of opinion. Just right now, I'm not putting a point guard in there that's currently still playing.
The Warriors are looking good right now, too.
They are.
And without Clay yet. Get Clay back in there. We'll see what's going
to be back, by the way?
January.
Yeah, it's January. By the way, hold on.
Really
Giannis is 20. Giannis was 27th as of May of 2020. So that means Giannis is definitely in the top 20 now. He definitely the people he had to jump was Dwayne Wade, which he is better than Dwayne Wade. He had to jump Kawhi Leonard, which he is better than Kawhi Leonard.
I'm sorry, Kawhi Leonard should not be that high right now.
He jumped David Robinson. He's better than David Robinson. He jumped Barkley. He's better than Barkley. Elgin Baylor, I don't give a about anything before 1990.
I know you don't.
Scottie Pippen, he's definitely better than Pippen. He's better than Garnett. He's better than Dirk. Better than Moses Malone, who played in the 50s. Who gives a He's better than Karl Malone. He's definitely better than Jerry West. He's definitely better than Dr. J. And then there's Kevin Durant at 14.
The absolute disrespect, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, I am all about respect the guys, respect the players. All those guys, I'm never gonna not respect them. But Giannis is generational. He's generational. Giannis is a player who can enter the top 5.
All right, look, all right, now it's a slurp session on Giannis now, and this started as a conversation about where's Kyrie and Ben Simmons play.
Well, that's what happens.
Listen, Ben Simmons will not be a Sixer, hopefully, and neither will Kyrie be a net. Okay.
Last question. Of the two, who has a better likelihood of still being with their team?
Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Because Kyrie Irving's a way better basketball player.
I think Ben Simmons, because they're asking for too much, he's not going to get moved.
I think he's just going to get fined out the ass. I think Kyrie is a better player, but I just think that
he's definitely a better player.
It would be stupid for the Nets to hang on to someone that isn't going to play when you could trade and get better pieces for it right now for your literal window with KD and Harden.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Evan, you want to talk about some UFC?
Yeah, I've got the card up right here. So,
all right, we starting at the bottom, or we starting at the headline?
I'll just talk about the main card.
I looked at it, and being a non-UFC guy, I couldn't name one guy off that list.
You're missing out.
So,
the final 3 fights of the night are huge, and the fourth fight is.
But I'm saying, they're definitely. I knew they were huge. I knew they were huge. Kate and I were looking at them today.
Yeah, mine's Jan.
But knowing, I don't think I knew a name on there.
Jan and Islam, those are my 2 big guys.
Islam is definitely the fight that I want to see, as well as Hazmat Chimaev. I think he's going to be the welterweight champion here, hopefully next year. Not hopefully, but I think next year he's going to get a shot at it.
He will.
I mean, if we look at it, Ankalaev, he's in Khabib's camp with Islam. He'll definitely take it over.
I mean,
he's a
right now between Islam and Chimaev, they have 1 loss and 29 wins.
Yeah, Islam's on I think an 8-fight win streak. If he wins versus Dan Hooker,
he's gonna beat Dan Hooker.
He's gonna beat Dan Hooker, and I think he's gonna be next in line to be the champion. He's a 9-fight win streak. I'm sorry, Beneil Dariush and Michael Chandler. Like, Michael Chandler he shouldn't have fought for the title anyways, but he did.
Nope. Well, I mean, what? Dan Hooker's last fight, just to speak about this fight between Islam and Dan's Hooker last fight, he took on, a week's notice because of the injury. So I don't hold that one accountable, but the prior fight to that, Dan didn't look good.
No, he got knocked out by Michael Chandler.
Yeah, and that's...
Dan just fought a month ago.
Yeah,
he's taking this fight. Yeah, he's taking this fight on a month notice versus arguably in my opinion, definitely the most dangerous guy in the division.
Currently lightweight, yes.
And then we have Piotr Jan versus Sandhagen for the bantamweight interim bout. I mean, Piotr Jan's
I just don't know. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Piotr Jan he's a killer. Like he's gonna beat Sandhagen.
Should.
And then we kind of got the battle of who's older, and Jan Blachowicz and
all right,
Glover Teixeira is like 43.
Ill of Jan, damn you.
Glover Teixeira is like 43.
I love the Polish Hammer. All right. No, Teixeira is old.
That sounds like a porn star.
Basically,
it does. Teixeira is old. I don't know why he's getting a title shot, but he is, and I don't know why they're the
names. It's names, dude.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be anywhere near the best fight. I think the best fight is not going to be Islam because I think he's going to be a wash. The two fights that I think that I want to watch are probably going to be both washes. So, I mean, maybe Piotr Jan and Sandhagen. Maybe that'll be the fight of the night.
I think that'll be a competitive fight.
I think so too.
I'm with Jan, but I think it's going to be a competitive fight.
So, and then we'll sprinkle in a little UFC talk for the next week too, because then we got
back-to-back weeks, Ev.
The next card's even better than this one. I mean, with Covington and Usman.
That's the names I know.
And the fight is at Madison Square Garden. So, big time stuff.
Isn't this on MSG? Yeah, no, this is on Fight Island.
This is in Abu Dhabi. Yes.
Yeah, because Islam can't step foot in America.
Yeah. So that's crazy too. I mean,
I'm not gonna make the joke.
A lot of people can't step foot in America because a lot of the foreigners don't have the vaccine.
I feel like Dan Hooker's just lived in Abu Dhabi for the last 2 years now.
Hooker right now is going there's a big thing in Australia about if you leave the country right now,
just as insane as we are, if not worse.
If you leave, it's definitely worse. Australia, if you leave the country, you have to enter a lottery system to get back. Dan Hooker has entered the lottery system 3 times early in efforts to get back after his fight with Islam, and was 25,000 people short each time.
No, so yeah, Australia's insane right now.
Dan Hooker's going to move out of Australia. That's almost confirmed.
Well, I mean, if
he's living in Las Vegas,
if he wants to continue his career, he literally has to.
Yeah, he's living in Las Vegas right now. So once he leaves for Abu Dhabi, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Dan Hooker has the shot or not, but I mean, he's got to have it in order to come into the country. So, I don't know what happens. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to all of these fighters, but.
So we riding with all 3 favorites here in Islam, Piotr, and Jan?
Yeah. Is the toss-up would be Piotr, Jan.
And Sandhagen, yeah.
Yeah, Sandhagen could pull it out. Jan's definitely going to just maul Teixeira.
Should. I mean, it's going to be an old dude fight, so it could be up in the air. But yeah. I'm leaning pretty heavy on Jan to win.
I'm betting Islam submission for sure. I mean,
you
last 2 times have brought out pretty big wins for your boy, and then Hamzat being minus 590. He's going to kill Lin Jingling. This guy has no chance. No chance.
That's straight up absurd. Actually absurd. No, I am excited for next week, though. I'm going to do a little bit more digging into it for sure, just because so we can actually have a coherent conversation about it. But the Nuggets are plus 7.5 tonight.
Yes. Versus who?
The Jazz.
The Nuggets got beat by the Cleveland Cavaliers last night.
It was their first loss of the season.
They still got
on a back-to-back. I wouldn't bet that.
They are historically bad at back-to-backs. I always advise you guys not to bet on the Nuggets back-to-back.
I would never bet any NBA team on a back-to-back.
And they had to travel from Cleveland, which is East Coast time.
Well, you would have lost a lot of money when the Warriors only lost, 9 games out of the season. So you would have lost a lot of money if you would have done that.
I bet their 9
Potential
losses
money.
were on back-to-backs.
You need potential money, not actual money.
Interesting. All right, yeah, no, that's the UFC. Evan, I assume you're gonna sprinkle in a bet in here, so let's just transition to it. Did we cover everything everyone wanted to talk about, or does anyone want to double back on something?
Yeah, one quick thing. Kyrie Irving's trade value is higher than Ben Simmons, and even with that fact, I still think Kyrie Irving I think he could be traded. I think he's traded before Ben Simmons.
I think we agreed with you.
Yeah. No, I was just saying the trade value because you guys talk about Ben Simmons' trade value is so high. I was taking a piss when you guys were talking about it. So
nope,
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, just as a quick recap from last week, I went 1-1, Cal went 1-1, Cade went 1-1, and Evan was 0-2.
Cade's 1-1. His one loss was astronomically horrible. It wasn't even close.
It wasn't close.
Who did that?
The Patriots got the over.
Oh yeah, the under. Yeah, that was
No, Cade, you had the Mavs money line.
No, I didn't.
I had the Mavs.
Oh no, Cal had Cade.
I took the Bulls.
What were my bets?
You had Texans plus 17.5. They lost by 26 points.
Yeah.
And then you had Paulo Costa.
And they had it going for a long time though.
And Paulo Costa lost.
Yeah.
He's actually a scrub. Yeah.
Cade.
My Falcons minus 2.5.
Yeah.
Completely fucked. Horrible beat.
Yep.
Well, half a point.
Cade got him at 1.5 right before the game started.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know they fell. I was looking at it and I was like, you got to be shitting me.
Cade took the under of the Patriots game, and the Patriots scored 53 themselves.
Yeah, Cade had Jets Patriots under 42.5. The Patriots had 54.
Yeah, that was bad. All right. I don't think anyone thought the Patriots were going to score 54 points, okay?
No.
Oh, man.
No one. I was thinking the Patriots were going to score 30-10. Great.
But yeah, that brings our totals to I am 36 and 46, so still riding that line. Cal remains at 500. He is 41 and 41. Cade is at 39 and 43, and Evan is at 29 and 53.
We're on episode. I got 11 episodes to get into positive, and I'm very close.
No, you have 10.
It's episode 42. You're right.
Yep.
I thought we were 41. My bad. Damn.
I have mine.
All right, what do you got, Cal?
Thursday night football game. I am taking the over 50.5 points.
It's flat at 50 right now?
50.5.
You get it.
Yeah. Yep, I'm taking that. We're going over-unders in my week this week, and I'm taking the under 50 points of the Buccaneers-Saints game.
Is it 50.5 or 50?
50 flat.
Football looks so.
The spreads, everything, and the whole thing, horrible.
Cal, I'm iffy on the Green Bay and Arizona one, but I love the Tampa Bay.
Green Bay averages 24.5 points a game, and Arizona averages 31.
With Devontae Adams and Allen Lazard.
It don't matter. It's still Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna find hands. He'll find hands.
That is true. Someone just got
keep an eye out for Bob Tunyon and Cobb to have big games.
Yeah. Listen, all you got to do is get someone open, and Rodgers puts the ball where it needs to be.
He's gonna find hands.
I got mine, Ty.
All right.
I'm taking Islam by submission plus 230. They caught on a little bit. It's not plus 440 like last time. And then I'm taking the Rams minus 14.5 versus the Texans.
You're going the exact opposite
of what you did last week.
I saw the Texans score 5 points. So yes.
Rams
scoregami.
Rams minus
scoregami. 2 weeks in a row with scoregami. 2 weeks in a row with scoregami.
Was it minus I literally 14 said or 14.5?
It's 14.5.
Minus 14.5.
Okay.
0.5.
I said it when Cade and I were sitting here chilling, watching the game stuff. I'm like, it's 31. It's 31-5. That's got to be scoregami. There's no way in hell.
What did you say, Cade?
It's 14 on Barstool.
I'm just rounding your guys' up a half point.
Yo, you.
No, hey, no shot.
It's kind of
Cal
Nah,
is getting a full point on the Tampa Bay New Orleans game.
What's it on FanDuel?
49.5.
Tampa. That's bad for me though. Oh no, I took the under.
No,
that's good. Yep.
You took the under. What are you talking? Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Barstool's better.
Guys, for
Barstool's
Ty,
best. Barstool's best.
We gotta for the lines. We gotta for the reset. Whenever that is going to happen, I think we need to bet on all one site just to make sure.
No, we have
this
to
doesn't
all
happen.
bet on one site, and these two pricks aren't going to switch.
I am not switching.
My lines are better.
Even though we started out as a FanDuel wanting to be sponsored by FanDuel.
Lines are better.
I'll take a sponsorship from anyone.
I refuse to go back to FanDuel. My lines are better.
Lines are better. I get my money faster. And
the exclusives are better.
The exclusives, the boost, everything. Great. Fantastic.
I just like the site. I just like the app of FanDuel just because I'm used to it a little bit better. But fuck, if it's going to make me more money.
I'm ready, Ty.
I won $100.
No, I'm not ready. Okay.
It's such an impasse right now.
The NFL lines are horrible this week. They were horrible last week, too.
They were awful last week. I hated them last week. All right, I'm doing this. Let's see. And where's that other game?
Hey, what do you think about Sheets after this, huh?
Oh, high move. Big move.
High key.
Big move.
Ty, how about you?
Sheets? I love Sheets, bud.
Cade, you're going to have to drive. I've had 4 beers. You can drive my truck, though.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready, Ty, whenever you are.
All right, hit me with it.
I'm taking under 54.5 between the Cowboys and the Vikings. Cowboys suck on the road. They only play well at home.
They're off of a bye, too. Come out slow.
Okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to take the Memphis Grizzlies +2 against Portland tomorrow.
See, I hate betting against Damian Lillard.
Hey, Islam's actually
Damian Lillard's literally 7 of 49 to shooting from 3 to start the year.
Islam is a better odds on FanDuel. That's the first time I've ever seen where it's better.
They don't know, dude. They don't know UFC over there. They have Robbie. That's it. That's their UFC expert.
Yeah, but I don't think they touch anything with the line.
No, they don't. That's why they're partnered with Penn National.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Penn National owns Barstool.
Yeah.
Ty, this card is early as.
Well, yeah, it's in Abu Dhabi, dog.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until.
Yeah, no, you better buckle the fuck up.
What do you say, Ty?
Time zones.
Buckle the fuck up.
I know.
All right, tomorrow I'm taking the Maple Leafs -1.5 against the Blackhawks. I'm pretty much just fade the Blackhawks for the season.
Blackhawks?
Whoa.
They stink.
They do stink.
What?
They're really not good.
I'm saying the hockey team. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
By the way, are we allowed to say the F word on this new channel?
No, we're still sticking with that because we're branded under.
I mean, we still say
Adobe. Adobe's gonna be working tomorrow, bud.
No, it's not.
I said it 3 times at least.
Also, Chargers off of a bye at home. New England's traveling to the West Coast. Chargers -5.5.
That was the one I did. I did like that.
I think
Herbert's throwing for 4.
I think
4
Herbert
tutters.
is throwing. I don't think that the Patriots are going to, even if it does become a shootout or even a low-scoring game, I don't think the Chargers can be stopped as much as the Patriots can be stopped.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, Chargers -5.5. That one's a bold one for me because I don't like that number at all. It can always get boned by a field goal last minute. But, yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, what do you guys got? Anything to close out? Also, Kate, I do like the Grizz bet a lot because John Morant is hot as a mother now.
Dude, John Morant's leading the league.
Except for he missed a a free throw for me to win. I won.
Yeah,
because of
but
it
he's
last
still
night.
balling
It's great.
out, dude.
It's great. Lakers finally won a basketball
the
game.
Sixers suck.
They're not good.
They lost me money tonight.
All right, Colorado's only down 1. It doesn't matter. Well, actually, I can get my money back on that parlay.
Oh my God, Joel Embiid played like dog dick.
Atlanta. Okay, I will say the only thing that's FanDuel's better that Barstool is the cash out options.
Yeah.
But I did cash out last night for $75 rather than waiting for 116, and I'm glad I did because the Nuggets lost. So
smart.
Good move.
Good looks.
But hey, Atlanta Braves are up 5-0. Hopefully, next week when we come into this, they will be up. Where they got played? They play tonight. They play
tomorrow night. I think they play.
No, I don't. They play back to back.
I think so.
I don't know.
Hopefully they win. They won the World Series by them.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Clean sweep. All right.
It's now 5-1.
That's the show, everyone. Thanks for listening. Make sure to go follow. This is going to be posted on Still Rocky Mountain. Make sure to go look at our other channel.
We have a new
podcast.
YouTube
it is
channel.
Our YouTube channel. We're going to be uploading everything over the next couple days. YouTube is blocking me from doing any more. Go check it out. We're going to be over there. Go hit subscribe, like, give us some love, share it with your friends, let them know that we're out there, and also go win some money this weekend.
YOUTUBES.
Why not you?
.com. YouTubes.com.
Why not us?
YouTube.